ITT, fast food stories. I'll start. Be me living at uni. Go to Subway to pick up some lunch before class. Downtime, only 2 other people in there. Employee hears the bell and comes out from the back. 9 out of 10 skinny blonde. Holding her phone up to her ear but not talking. I wait a bit and she gives me look. Figure she's on hold and I'd better order. Yeah, I'll have a 6-inch BLT on Italian and chick cuts me off. Can't you see I'm on the frickin' phone? My face win. Wait for 2 minutes. 3 more people get in line behind me. Finally, she finishes listening to her phone. Alright, the hell do you want? That file name. Her mistake was bitching at me. A former Subway employee. Time to F up her day. Order a foot-long double meat meatball sub on honey wheat bread. That bread tears easier than any other, and meatball subs are impossible to close correctly with a regular amount of meatballs. Make her microwave that shit for 2 minutes. She tries to use napkins to take it out so she's not burned. Fails miserably. Order all the veggies. She tries to place a tiny bit of each kind on it. Make her double everything. Guy behind me laughing his ass off. Bread is stretched completely open and tearing. Time to destroy this sandwich for sure. Ask for oil. Tell her I'll say when she's used enough. Wait for her to stop on her own. Make her double that. Oil is basically empty. Added an assortment of other sauces. Just pick the ones that would dye her uniform the best colors. Sandwich is 40% sauces. She calls me an a-hole and attempts to close the damn thing. Sandwich immediately spews all of its contents all over her uniform. $200 jeans and $500 shoes. She starts crying. Lean over the counter. I've changed my mind. I'd like a 6-inch BLT on Italian. Traveling. Going to gas station late. No one there but a spaced the F out Indian guy. Dude is sweeping 1 square foot of floor. Bring my shit up to the counter. Hello my brother, how are you tonight? Tell him good. Mention the weather. Dude is literally staring through me and smiling like a tard. Are you from this town my brother? Tell him no and he laughs. Exchange good nights. Go to leave. Where'd my brother? He comes around the counter and stands extremely close to me. Do you have Zelle? What? No. Okay my brother. Do you have Zelle? Laugh awkwardly, say no again. Cash out my brother. Homie is obviously effed, so I tell him to take it easy and turn to go. Asks me if I'm from the town again as I'm walking out. Check bank statement later. Says Singh Brothers instead of the name of the gas station. What the F was that? I post the frog. They see the frog and get mad. They say mean things to me. I get sad. I want to feel happy again. Frog makes me happy. I post the frog. Be me working at GameStop. Parent asks for a game called COD. Tell her there is no game called COD, but her son probably meant Rapala Pro Base Fishing. There are lots of fish in that game and the closest we have tons of copies in the back. We have a deal on. If you buy 2 copies, you get 1 free. She buys 3 brand new copies of this game. She comes back after Christmas. All 3 copies have been opened. No refund because you opened them. A kid out there received 3 copies of a frickin' fishing game for Christmas. Be me. Friend gets girlfriend. Thinks he the shit. Get dumped by girlfriend. Turns into an incel and visits incel forums. My face when the girl he used to date is now a lesbian. Have severe anxiety. Sick of it. Try cutting out caffeine for a week. Anxiety worse. Look up caffeine withdrawal symptoms. My face when it's anxiety. 2 hours into 2020. Take a shit. Ass bleeds. Off to a good start. Be me. Go on Amazon to buy stainless steel popcorn machine. I love popcorn. Add my shit to cart. See, they have an upgrade to Amazon Prime called Amazon Prime X. Claims to deliver your order in 10 minutes or less. Think it's bullshit. Free trial, so I use it anyway. Check out, 10 minutes go by. Think, I knew it was too good to be true. Knock knock, open up the door. It's real. With the non-stop pop and stainless steel. My face when? X gon' give it to ya. F waiting for you to get it on your own. X gon' deliver to ya. Be me. 26. Low self-esteem. Constantly worried about being alone. Meet a girl, Jessica, at a party. She's fun, confident, and seems interested in me. Me? Why would someone like her want anything to do with me? We start hanging out more, having fun. I feel like things are going well. She texts me all the time, makes me feel like I'm special. Before I know it, we're practically inseparable. She starts talking about the future, living together, getting married. Me? Wait, we're moving that fast? Her? We're perfect for each other, I know it. She convinces me to take the plunge and we get married after only 8 months of dating. No time to even think about it. She's so sure, and I just go along with it. She tells me I'm the lucky one, that she chose me. Feels good at first. Soon after, she starts making more and more decisions for both of us. Decides I need a new wardrobe. Signs me up for gym memberships I don't want. Picks out my food, my friends. Starts taking control of my finances. Managing my bank account like it's hers. Me. I'm just happy if she's happy, right? Then it gets worse. She's constantly asking for money for little emergencies that never seem to end. Taking out credit cards in my name. Getting loans I never approved. That feeling when I'm working longer hours just to keep up with her spending. The whole time she tells me I'm lucky to have her. That I should be grateful. The last straw comes when she buys a new car and a designer bag, both on my credit. Me, you told me we didn't need those things. Her, you should have known I needed them. You know how hard it is to look good for you, right? That feeling when I realize I've been drained financially, emotionally, and mentally. She's been using me this whole time. Never even once asked me about my feelings or what I wanted in life. Only cared about what she could take from me. Finally, I confront her about everything. Me, this isn't how I imagined my life would be. You've used me. Her, you're overreacting. I'm doing what's best for us. You should just be grateful. Now I'm stuck in a marriage where I've lost myself. Too scared to divorce because I'm terrified of being alone. The reality hits that I never had control. Never had a choice. The one person I thought was my partner has only been draining me for years. That feeling when I can't even recognize who I am anymore. Is there a fembot with a feminine voice who could record some phrases for me on Vocaroo? Welcome back. How are you? How's work? I believe in you. Keep it up. You're really smart. I know you can do better. Become the best doctor you can be. I love you. In separate files, please. Thank you very much. Holy shit, this is too sad. There's no fixing a life of crippling loneliness. I will fix you, Anon. Driving lessons. Get bored while driving. Thought of driving into traffic/pedestrians pops up. Please take meds, you. Is this ethical? Help. Be me, wedding photographer in NYC. Wedding costs are going up. Photographer is the first thing to cut. Decide to undercut the market. Offering AI-generated photos of people at their weddings at a 75% discount using Stable Diffusion. Brides actually love this. I make their weddings look like their Pinterest dreams. Bride can look as skinny and hot as she wants. I print 100 photos for each bride, currently doing 10 brides per day. I'm making 5 times my old income with no overhead, no cameras. Lots of free time, talking to bridesmaids all day to make them look hot too. Feels good, man. People who can't afford weddings use me. Look super happy, cry when they see the photos. Talked to a friend in the same biz, struggling, no clients. Heard there was some guy making AI-generated wedding photos. Fuck. Should I keep doing this? Be me. Brought into the world by a single mother who decided to sleep around when she was 16. Get called too feminine all my life from my mother. Get constantly mentally and physically abused as a young child because she decided to take her anger out on me. Get brainwashed by her and gain toxic masculinity from a woman trying her best to tell me what masculine traits a man is supposed to have. Unsurprisingly, none of the relationships I've gotten into worked out because of this. Finally 18 and emotionally drained and extremely depressed from my mother at this point. Tell her I'm moving out. I come back home from work and decide to head to my mother's house to get the rest of my shit. Find her sobbing while she destroys my electronics and my clothing. Fast forward to now, 23, living in a shitty studio apartment, living paycheck to paycheck, no friends or family to contact, and I have accepted that I simply do not have a successful future. Hey Anon, want to get drinks after work? It's my birthday tomorrow. Let's have drinks. I could really go for a drink right now. Drinks on the weekend, bro. Let's go out for a drink. Drinks, 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 drinks. What the frick is wrong with normies? A post from 2010. Bitcoin market, 220 coins equals 1 USD. Can take days to get a single coin. F that shit. No friends, no real hobbies, no special talents, no girlfriend, meaningless, unfulfilling job I hate. Don't believe in anything. Observe other people living life, rather than actually experiencing it for myself. Am I an NPC? Doing laundry. Come to sister's panties. No desire to sniff them. Feels wholesome, man. Come to sister's panties. Doesn't sound very wholesome, Anon. Be me. Be American. Get shot. Move to England. Get stabbed. Move to Africa. Starve. Move to Australia. Fall off Earth. Be me. White teen in Great Britain. Visit local cinema. Automobiles 2 is showing. Get comfy and open my can of beans. Immediately a torch shines at the end of my row. Oi, mate, you got a license for that can opener? Oh shit, run.exe. Haul ass out of there. Bobby fires his Rudy Toothy point and shooty at me. Bullet hits me square in the back and detonates my bomb vest. Entire theater explodes. My face when nobody even mentions the beans. Thank God for Brits. Girlfriend is moving out of her dorm for the summer. Lobby is filled with shit people don't want. Go looking for a small fan. Find treasure. Brand new adult Pikachu onesie pajamas, tail included. Scamper home with my prize. Promptly cut the arms off to make it sleeveless. Saturday comes. Deadlift day. Go in at busiest time. Strut into weight room in my Pikachu lifting suit and chucks. Everyone miring. Work up to a 405 single. Pikachu! Lock that shit out. Strut out sipping protein shake from a Pokeball goblet I had from child. Alpha AF. Food courts around work are all shitty and food is nasty and unhealthy. There's a place next to my home that sells these cool wraps I like. Buy one for lunch and head to work. Forget it in car. Go back and take it. Put it in fridge at work. At lunchtime, I go to get it. Obese land whale blue-haired coworker is shoving it down her throat. Oh, Anon, was this yours? Sorry, it wasn't labeled and I was feeling hungry, so I helped myself. Her massive greasy forehead is sweating as she devours my poor wrap, slobbering and munching away at it like a frickin' hippo. What kind of human garbage steals food from coworkers? Tomorrow I'm getting the exact same wrap and lacing it with laxatives. Will report if she ruptures her a-hole. Eat only when hungry. Thin. Literally this easy. Despised olives my whole life. Decided to force myself to eat one daily. A week in, I start sensing the pleasant notes under the bitterness. Now love olives. If you aren't allergic, you can do this with anything. Same applies to the sucking of pee-pees. Wow, Anon, you're so tall. I'm just 5'8". No way, my friend is 5'8" and he is way smaller. Maybe he is lying. I'm 6'3". Get a text from my manager in the group chat. Please, whoever is off today, can you please volunteer to come in? Anybody, we're understaffed. Lol, no thanks. I'm gonna touch myself to anime corn and smoke pot all day. Go to burger place. Look in menu. They have the Impossible Burger. It's like $2 more than everything else on the menu. Also tastes worse. It's like they don't even want people to be vegetarian. Be me, 22. Have a little sister, Emma, 19. She's been dating this guy, Ryan, for about a year. He's a chill guy, we get along pretty well. One day, I come home early from work, walk into living room and hear voices. Think it's just my sister and Ryan hanging out. That feeling when I catch her in the middle of making out with some other guy on the couch. She looks up, freezes when she sees me. Guy looks just as panicked, tries to scramble off the couch. That feeling when my sister is cheating on her boyfriend. My sister's face turns bright red. She starts stammering. It's not what it looks like. Yeah, totally looks like what it is. I back out of the room slowly, not wanting to cause a scene. Later, I'm lying in bed, trying to process what just happened. Decide I have to do the right thing and tell Ryan. I actually like the guy. He's one of the few decent people she's dated. Next day, I invite Ryan to hang out, just the two of us. We're sitting in my room talking about random stuff when I finally bring it up. Hey man, I've got something to tell you about Emma, I say, trying to sound serious. Ryan looks concerned, asks what's up. I take a deep breath and tell him everything I saw. His face goes pale. Are you serious? She's been cheating on me? He asks, his voice shaky. Yeah man, I'm sorry. Ryan just sits there, staring blankly at the floor. He asks me why I'm telling him this, and I tell him it's because I think he deserves to know the truth. He thanks me, but he's obviously hurt. That feeling when I just ruined my sister's relationship but felt like it was the right thing to do. Ryan eventually leaves, and I sit there feeling like an emotional wreck. Later, Emma comes into my room, asking what I said to Ryan. She looks furious, but I don't care. I told him the truth, I say. She starts yelling, calling me a traitor. That feeling when I just wanted to help Ryan out. Not sure what's gonna happen next, but I'm not backing down. I haven't showered in 10 months. Results: 0 blemishes, blackheads, pimples. Bald spot on my scalp actually regrowing in. Mosquitoes and bugs don't bite me anymore. First month was rough and smelled like a carcass and itched. After that, I felt like a beast of nature in equilibrium hence. Skin just flakes off naturally. I think the thicker dermis contributes to bug invulnerability. Humans are mostly hairless animals. Not scrubbing the skin daily seems to allow it to work how it's intended to. People say I just smell like nothing now. Probably good for bears not picking up scent and whatnot. Feels based. That's all I have to report for now. Is soap tax a must? Be me. Turned 20 today. Family forgets my birthday. No presents or celebration. No phone calls. Crying Pepe.exe. Here phone email ping. Birthday email from Dunkin' Donuts. At least they remembered me. Email had free any size beverage. Happy Pepe with coffee.jpg. Don't feel so sad anymore. Thanks Dunkin' Donuts. Get drunk with people who I thought were my good friends. Why do you always look like you want to end everyone in the room? Another time drunk with people. Taking photos. Friend sarcastically says, Hey non, you're so attractive. At party once in high school, girl says, when's the stripper coming along? Jokingly say, I'm already here. Ew. Get really drunk and high on MDMA at some outdoor party. Talk a lot to this ex-junkie guy. Really click with him. I don't have a place to sleep. House is more than 100 kilometers away. He invites me to sleep at his house. Plot twist is he lives with his mom. Dude, we have to be extremely quiet. She can't know you're here. Alright. Chill at his house, snort meth for the first time in my life, and play Hotline Miami. Having a blast. Really have to take a shit though. Can't go to the toilet because he's paranoid that it will wake up his mom. He has a bathroom without a toilet next to his room. The toilet is next to his mom's room. Dude, can I go drink some tap water in the bathroom? Yeah, sure. Go to the bathroom. Take a huge stinking shit in his sink. Frickin' leg it. I never saw the guy again. I wonder what happened to him. Be me. Start taking interest in collecting guitar pedals. Distortion make guitar go dun 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 dun. Delay make guitar. Reverb make guitar go echo. Whammy makes guitar go eow. Fuzz makes guitar go beep beep whoop whoop. Wah pedal makes guitar go wow 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 or bow chicka wow wow. So many, I just want more. These things make me so damn happy. Guitar pedals fill the empty void I have due to lack of friends. Only joy I have in life besides vidya. Big thank you to whoever made these things. Be me, working at movie theater. Hello, I'd like 5 tickets for Endgame. 5 fat neckbeards looking at me. They're like super excited. Thank you, ma'am. Excuse me, I've got to check your bag. Open his bag. 5 empty bottles of water. Recycling, you know? Okay, have a good day. 3 hours later, movie's done. Ain't on, go check if the room is empty. Room is empty. Popcorn everywhere as usual. Money and keys on the floor as usual. 5 bottles full of piss as usual. 5 bottles full of piss? Recycle my left nut, frickin' neckbeards. Works at a nuclear power plant. Has a loving wife and 2 kids. Owns a 2-story house. Can afford 2 cars as well. Has friends that hang out with him. All this with his single salary. This man lives a better life than 95% of the people who watch the show. Remind me again why Homer Simpson is seen as the quintessential loser. Junior year of high school. Become friends with girl in class. Have crush on her best friend. Tell her. She hypes me up. Tells me I should tell her. I take my time and gather the courage. Tell her I like her. She laughs and runs away from me. Tells everyone in school and everyone is making fun of me for it. She laughs at me in the hallway anytime I walk by her. Her guy friends threaten to kick my ass if I come near her. Here's the wild shit. Same day she falls down the school bleachers doing some bullshit training for track. Ends up hitting her head or breaking her neck. Maybe both. I don't remember. Actually frickin' dies. I cannot make this shit up. Nobody gave me shit for the rest of high school. Eating cereal. Start choking. Don't panic. Try to breathe. Literally cannot breathe through mouth or nose. Fuck. Don't panic and start running downstairs to get out the door and find help. For some reason, out of nowhere, within my throat, while choking, I can magically start breathing again. The piece of cereal just vanished. Didn't feel it go down my throat/lungs or anything else. Just went poof. Trans girl. Come out to dad. He's fine with it. One day I spend longer than usual on makeup and wear slightly more revealing clothes. Dad takes one look at me and goes, you know, boys your age usually prefer chicks without a pee-pee. Why is he so mean? Be Uber driver. Picks up emo girl. Plays Evanescence on the radio. Next ride. Pick up 2 black guys. Play Tupac. Next ride. Chinese couple. Play Carl Douglas. Kung Fu fighting. Get 5 stars every time. I think I found an infinite money glitch. Be 24, look 16. Go into liquor store, clerk doesn't believe me. Bet him $100 that I'm actually 24. Call the cops on me. Cop confirms I'm 24. Win $100. Would this actually work? I don't see any problem with it except maybe the cops get mad at me for bothering them all the time. You are retarded enough to be 16, I'll give you that. Be me. Weakest man in tribe. See Chadgar sixing all woman's in he cave. Get mind idea. Pick a big rock. Throw at Chadgar head. He fall. Laugh. 6 all his womans. Am now Chadgar. Me face win. Why not try this? Get 50 insults together. Break off into teams of 5. Hang out for a little bit. Come up with good things to say about everyone else in the group. Every incel has 4 other guys who can talk him up. All show up to a club in similar identifiable clothing, like a button-down shirt with a similar pattern and suspenders. For example, refer to the club as the GF store. Approach women and try to hook them up with someone else on your team. Always be talking up your teammates. Share results between teams in meeting afterward. Maybe reshuffle the teams a little bit and try again. I feel like we could dig our way out of the no GF pit if we organized a little bit. Be me. Last night, watching Wednesday with some friends. One friends brings way too much booze. I drink most of it because I'm an alcoholic. We all go home. I decide to go to the pub for one last drink. I must have been colossally drunk at this point. I guess I tripped on something or fell on someone or whatever. Vaguely remember some guy driving me home. No idea who. Check bank account, didn't buy a cab. Check phone, didn't call a cab. My face when I nearly got myself Jeffrey Dahmered. He was just a good Samaritan, right lads? Is your arse like a Japanese flag? Went to bathroom to poop. Sit down and stall. Begin poop procedure. Poop starts coming out of my ass. Grunt like a semi-tarted chimp. Poop log roughly 12 inches in diameter forces itself out of my butthole. Grab toilet paper to wipe. Realize I forgot to pull my pants down. Call 911 and ask them what to do. Operator lady tells me to just be myself. Be me. 19. Living with parents. Pretty normal family life. Dad works late a lot. Mom handles most of the household stuff. Let's call Mom, Mom. Sorry, I have no idea why I did that. Lately, Mom's been acting super weird. Always texting someone, sneaking off in the evenings. Whenever Dad asks where she's going, she makes up lame excuses. Just meeting a friend. Or running errands. Start thinking she might be cheating on Dad. Decide to investigate because I've seen this movie before. One night, Mom says she's going out for groceries, but leaves in her best outfit. Follow her in my beat-up car, keeping a safe distance. She drives to some sketchy building on the other side of town. Park nearby and watch her walk in. Building looks shady as hell. Neon lights, no signs. Heart's pounding, think I'm about to catch her meeting some dude. Wait a while, then sneak closer to see what's up. Peek through windows, expecting some affair scene. Instead, see Mom at a frickin' poker table. Surrounded by shady-looking people, piles of chips in front of her. Realize she's not cheating, she's freaking gambling. Mom's got this intense look, like she's in her element. Watch her for a while, trying to process what I'm seeing. She wins some, she loses some. Feel a weird mix of relief and confusion. Next day, casually ask her about last night. Mom's super defensive. Says it was just a girls' night, but there were no other girls. Don't call her out, but start watching her more closely. Few weeks later, Dad mentions money's been tight. Mom plays it out, says it's just unexpected expenses. Realizing her gambling might be more than just a hobby. Decide to confront her in private. Tell her I know about the poker games and that I followed her. Mom looks shocked, but eventually admits it. Says it started as a stress relief, but now she's hooked. Promise not to tell Dad if she agrees to get help. She's reluctant, but eventually agrees to stop. Start noticing her spending more time at home, playing board games with me and Dad instead. She's really trying her best. Will she make it? I don't know, but I hope for the best. Still can't believe my mom was a secret poker shark. First date of my entire life. Prettiest girl ever. So I go to pay and pull out my bag of coins. She leaves instantly. Are women too good for the coin? Really, I felt the embarrassment when everyone saw me paying with coins. I really don't see how this is a bad thing. Be me. Discover BPC 157, the healthiest peptide. Research use only. Here it's basically horse electrolytes times 10. Decide to try it. What could go wrong? Start feeling like a stallion. Knees no longer creaky, ready to gallop. Inject it like I'm prepping for the Kentucky Derby. Think about adding ivermectin for that extra kick. Feel like I could jump fences. OP. Once you're 18, you're out. Why is this trope so common in American TV shows? This would never happen in real life. Gonna end myself on my birthday. Mom sends a stupid Hallmark birthday card. Makes me chuckle. Maybe next year. Win game. Feel nothing. Lose game. The voices are back. Be me. 27. Living at home with my parents since graduating college. Got a philosophy degree because it stimulates the mind or whatever. Now working part-time at a bookstore, barely making enough for gas and snacks. Spend most of my time gaming or watching YouTube. Parents don't say much, but I can tell they're silently judging me. One night, Dad asks if we can talk. Sit down in the living room, him holding a beer, me with my Mountain Dew. He starts talking about how hard he worked at my age. 2 jobs, no college, building a life from scratch. You've got so much potential, but you're wasting it, he says. Brush it off, tell him the economy sucks, and he doesn't get how hard it is these days. He doesn't argue, just sighs and says, "Alright, son," in a way that feels worse than yelling. Go back to my room, fire up the PC, and try to forget the conversation. Next morning, overhear him talking to Mom in the kitchen. I don't know what to do anymore. He's almost 30 and still doesn't have a plan. Feel like a mix of a child and a failure, but convince myself it's not my fault. A few days later, Dad takes me out for lunch, just us two. We sit in a booth, eating burgers, and he pulls out a list. Sales positions, truck driving jobs, even military recruitment. He's been researching jobs for me. Says he just wants to help. Laugh nervously and say, I'm not doing that stuff. But he doesn't laugh back. He looks me dead in the eye and says, you need to grow up, son. This isn't working. He's not mad, just disappointed. And it's somehow worse than anything I've ever heard. Spend the next few nights lying awake, questioning every decision I've made. Think about applying to jobs or taking some classes, but the fear of failing holds me back. Instead of doing anything, I double down on gaming to escape the crushing guilt. One night, Dad walks by my room and sees me yelling at the screen over some FPS match. Doesn't say a word, just shakes his head and closes the door. Realize I've become the person I used to joke about, and even I can't laugh anymore. In a relationship for almost a year. Propose to her, she says yes. Engage.jpg. Move in together. For the first time, see her without her makeup and hair extensions, which I didn't know she wore. Holy frickin' shit. What the frick? She looks so bad, bros. Literally, her bone structure is different and ugly. It's been 3 months and I have barely slept because of how worried I am. What the frick have I done /B? I'm engaged to someone extremely ugly. I cannot do this. And before the self-righteous a-holes grilling me about being superficial, none of you would choose to marry someone you are not attracted to either, D-heads. So whatever. That feeling when no Burger King girlfriend. That feeling when she will never tell you, you can have it your way. That feeling when she will never ask you to eat perfect toppers off her a-hole. That feel when she will never tell you to rule the day in her BK buns. One word. Suffering. I'm a Burger King. Where's my Burger Queen? I just took about 1/3 of a bottle of these gummies and instead of my skin getting darker, I feel really frickin' tired. Is this a side effect of melanin supplements? Makes you lazy. Sounds like it's working. Be today. Be Australian. Woke up sick. Call work to let them know I can't come in. Yeah, no worries though, mate. Contact local GP. Appointment free and same day because subsidized social health care. Paid sick leave because strong labor movement that guarantees working rights. Now nobody at work will catch my cold. Food for customers not contaminated by my cold. Company doesn't lose money because my sick leave is government subsidized. All bills continue to be paid on time. My day is stress-free because I have time to relax and recover. Today is yet another day I'm glad I'm not an American. Be awkward. Lonely, kissless, hugless virgin that's never had female attention. Washing dishes at work. Minding my own business. Pretty waitress girl walks up to me. Hey Non, do you want to go out on a date? Sure. She starts laughing. Her coworker waitress friend, who's also a Stacy, comes in the back with a kazoo and confetti. It was a dare! They laugh while saying in unison. How do you respond? And myself on the spot in front of them. Be me, former metal band vocalist, now in my late 30s. Mildly schizo unironically, living in a house with 5 roommates. In the middle of the night, I have this half dream where I'm performing a major show and I'm about to scream, "What the frick's up, Milwaukee?" For some reason, my half-assed brain actually wakes up and I scream this out with a perfect metal scream. Frickin' everyone ends up in my room and I start bawling, telling them it's my effed up brain. Turns out one of my roommates was Twitch streaming and clipped it. Same thing borderline happens again within the same week. What do I do about this? Wakes up. What the frick's up, Milwaukee? Goes back to sleep. Lactose intolerant. Still drink tall glasses of milk anyways. Why am I like this? Be me. 24. Broke as hell. Working part-time at a gas station. See all these dudes on social media living the high life with sugar babies. Think to myself, how hard can it be? Decide to join one of those sugar daddy websites to live the dream. Create a profile, lie about being a tech entrepreneur. Within a week, match with a girl named Sabrina, 22. She's stunning, model tier looks, way out of my league. She messages me first, calls me daddy. Panic internally but play it cool. Of course, baby girl. She asks what I do for work. Tell her I'm in investments. She buys it and says she's looking for someone generous. Agree to take her out for dinner at a fancy restaurant downtown. Check my bank account, $84.37. Show up in my best Goodwill suit, praying she doesn't notice the scuffed shoes. She orders the most expensive items on the menu. Lobster filet mignon, $18 cocktail. Order the cheapest thing for myself, side salad and tap water. Bill comes, nearly $200, and I'm sweating bullets. Swipe my debit card, praying it doesn't decline. It works, but now I'm in debt. She says, "You're so generous, Daddy," and kisses my cheek. Feel like I'm living the dream for 5 seconds. Next day, she texts asking for a little gift, specifically $500 for bills. Tell her I'm waiting on a big payout and can send it next week. She says it's okay, but her tone seems off. Try to stall her while scraping together cash. Sell my own PlayStation, donate plasma, and pick up an extra shift. Finally send her $500 via Venmo. Feel like a real sugar daddy for once. She replies, "Thanks, Daddy," and disappears for 2 days. Posts pics on Instagram with a caption, "Self-care day." She's holding shopping bags from Gucci and sipping champagne. Realize I'm just funding her shopping sprees while eating instant ramen every night. Finally confront her, say I'm not a bank. She laughs and says, "That's kind of the point, isn't it?" Block her on everything and delete my profile. My face when I thought being a sugar daddy was all fun and no consequences. My face when I'm just a broke guy pretending to be rich. And now I post this on 4Chan. I'm a frickin' idiot. 33. NEET for basically entire life. No high school or college education. Dropped out of school in 9th grade. Never worked. Have left house maybe 6 times in past 15 years. Zero social skills. Obese. Never had a face-to-face interaction with someone my own age throughout my teens and 20s. 5 foot 3 inches. Never had a job. Can't drive. Never had friends. Parents are broke, so I won't inherit anything. No skills. Never exercised in my entire life. Have had probably fewer than 10 IRL interactions within the past 20 years. How do I get out of this? I've literally just played video games since dropping out of high school when I was 15. It was pretty fun, but my parents' money is running out. How hard are six-figure jobs to get? Be me. Never done laundry in my life. Moved directly from my parents' house into a house with my girlfriend. Mom has always complained about how tough it is to do laundry while my dad is at work. Girlfriend complains about how much laundry she has to do with us and our 2 kids. Eventually divorce, and I'm living by myself. Dreading laundry.wave. Throw clothes in the machine, come back 2 hours later and take them out. What is their problem? BA Non. 26. Work a mundane office job. Pays good, but life feels routine. Enter Leela. 25, new hire, radiant smile, makes the office less dull. She's outgoing, always cracking jokes, everyone loves her energy. We start talking during lunch breaks, and she seems genuinely interested in me. One day, she suggests grabbing drinks after work, and I agree. Fast forward, we're dating, and it's perfect. At first. She's always excited to hang out, planning cute dates, texting me nonstop. Feel like I've hit the jackpot. A girlfriend who works with me. What could go wrong? Months pass and things shift. She starts nitpicking. Didn't text her fast enough, forgot her favorite coffee order. Notice how her bubbly charm with coworkers sometimes borders on flirtation. My friends warn me, say they've overheard rumors about her being messy in past relationships. Brush it off. She wouldn't do that to me, right? 6 months in, cracks widen. She's venting about me to our coworkers. Stuff like how I lack ambition and don't support her goals. Feel humiliated. Even my closest work friends start avoiding me. Try to address it calmly, but she flips it around, calling me too sensitive. One day, overhear her telling someone I'm jealous and controlling. Confront her after work, and it blows up into a huge fight. She denies everything, accuses me of trying to silence her voice. Decide I've had enough and end things. Breakup unleashes hell. She starts crying to our coworkers about how I ruined her mental health. Accuses me of cheating, spreading lies that I'm unstable. Management calls me in to discuss workplace dynamics. Can't prove anything, it's her word against mine, and she's got the sympathy card. Find out she's been cozying up to the boss, subtly bad-mouthing me in conversations. Other coworkers stop inviting me to after-work hangouts, start treating me like I'm radioactive. HR gets involved after she complains I'm creating a hostile work environment. I'm forced to sit through awkward mediation sessions while she plays the victim. Start dreading going to work. Feel paranoid every time I overhear laughter in the break room. One day, Leela starts dating another coworker, and I hear the cycles repeating. She's already spinning stories about how her exes mistreated her to gain sympathy. Realize I've got no future here. Update my resume and start applying for jobs elsewhere. Leave the company within 2 months. Reputation in tatters. My face when all I wanted was an office romance. Ended up with a living nightmare. My face when I learned the hard way to never mix work and relationships. 2 years ago, my wife began denying me sex, citing a complete loss of sexual drive. When I expressed my needs, she bluntly suggested I find someone else, even giving me explicit permission to have an affair. With her consent, I found a mistress, a 24-year-old single mother of a little girl. My wife and I are both 31, 32. I always respected my wife's boundaries and never brought home my mistress to our home. Well, yesterday I discovered that my wife is having an affair to get back at me. Part of me is angry, saddened, and backstabbed. I mean, how is this getting back at me? We stopped having sex because she said no, and I found a mistress with her explicit consent. We have a prenup, so I'm not losing much from this divorce. Still, I don't understand her or what went wrong. Be me, 16 or so in high school. Older sports jock. Hey, Anon. Wanna hang out, play games with my girlfriend and her sister? Hell yeah, love video games. Sister is in my grade. Cutie 8 out of 10 but has a boyfriend. Her boyfriend is actually really cool and I talk to him time to time. Go over, they asked to play Halo 2. Game time. I played online like a degen those days. I destroy everybody, not even close. I'm laughing as I destroy them. Even teabagging. The whole 9 yards. They couldn't touch me. I was a frickin' god compared to them. Feels good, .jpg. Finish up and all leave, say goodbye. Think nothing of it. Fast forward few months, run into girl's boyfriend. Some random topic came up. Anon, we've stopped dating like 6 months ago. My face when that was a double date. My face when I remember teabagging and laughing the whole time. Pick unrelated. Comfort food. All food is supposed to be comforting. There's no non-comfort food that's worth cooking. Soul food. It's just basic American homemade dishes, but greasier and overcooked. Creamy probably means it is tasteless without being buried in heavy whipping cream to mask the taste. Garlicky, see above, just replace whipping cream with garlic. Fusion, oh wow, you added soy sauce to it, such fusion. Literal autistic tard triggered by everyday words and phrases, thread number 43923948234. Be me, 23, dating my girlfriend Amy for about a year. She's smart, funny, and we've got great chemistry. Spend most weekends together, share everything, or so I thought. One night, we're chilling at her apartment, and she falls asleep early. Her phone buzzes on the table, and curiosity gets the better of me. Pick it up to check the notification. Nothing major, just a random group chat. While I'm holding it, I notice the Notes app in her recent apps. Open it casually, thinking it might be a grocery list or something mundane. What I find is unsettling. A long, meticulously organized list of men's names. Dozens of them. Some with dates, others with short notes. Stuff like 7 out of 10, great body but too quiet, or 4 out of 10, weird smell. Scroll down, heart racing, and see the timeline overlaps with when we start dating. It's not just her past, it's recent. Keep scrolling up, and yup, my name is on there too. Apparently I'm 6 out of 10, great stamina but talks too much. Feel like I've been punched in the gut. Why the hell would someone do this? Is it a joke? A dare? Wake her up and confront her, shaking with anger and confusion. She looks panicked, tries to grab her phone back and stammers something about, "It's just a dumb thing." Press her harder and she finally admits the truth. "I just like keeping track," she says, like it's no big deal. Admits she slept with every guy on the list, rating them to remember the experience. Ask her how she could do this while we were together. She deflects, says it's not about me and that everyone has a past. Point out that it's not just her past, it's during our relationship too. She says never meant for me to find out, as if that makes it better. Spend the next few days in a haze, trying to process everything. Can't shake the feeling of betrayal and humiliation. Every time I look at her, I feel like just another number on her stupid list. End things a week later, but not before she tries to guilt trip me. "I thought she loved me," she says, as if that erases everything. Cut ties completely, block her on everything, and move on. My face when I'll never trust anyone with a Notes app again. My face when I'm just a 6 out of 10 in someone's bizarre Yelp review of hookups. Be me. Reading thread about autism. See link to an autism quotient test. Do it knowing well that I'm autistic. 42 out of 50. Say to myself, this can't be right. I'm not that autistic. Wife takes the test. 10 out of 50. Colleague from work who clearly is autistic takes test. 21 out of 50. I guess I really am that autistic. I got 29. Someone with 42 has a wife. Yeah, I don't think my issue is autism. Narrator here. I'm assuming just like the viewers. I was very interested in finding out what my score would be, so I looked up a test. I won't name it, but I got a 9 out of 50. So these troubles are definitely not from autism. We greentext our steak/meat horror stories. I'll start. Be me, at my distant cousin's house for dinner. I love steak. We're having filet for dinner, so I'm excited. See my much older cousin at the grill cooking the steaks. He turns the steaks over by stabbing them with forks instead of tongs. I start to worry. He asks how I like my steak. Medium rare. Maybe it'll turn out good. They're done. So he stabs them off the grill and puts them on a plate. He immediately picks up the fork and a big knife. Oh God, no. Begins cutting into the steaks straight off the grill. Delicious meat juice starts running out of the fillets. Oh, the humanity. Keeps cutting until all of the steaks are in a half-inch thin strips. I want to cry out. Can't because I don't want to be rude. $150 worth of filet mignon destroyed. Proceed to eat the grayest, toughest, driest, most horrible steak of my life. I should have been rude. I should have stopped him. I could have stopped him. Never forget. Why don't you shave that body? Get laser hair removal. Throw out all your male underwear and replace them with cute panties. Invest in stuff like nail polish, makeup, and girls' clothes. Diet to become close to underweight BMI. You can become such a cute boy if you did all those steps, ain't on? Sounds like a lot of effort to get disowned. Aliens come to Earth. Tell humanity that it must choose one of its races to be eliminated before they share their knowledge and tech. A worldwide anonymous poll is held where you just have to think of which race to get rid of. None is an option as well. Plot twist. As the poll ends, everyone who voted for a certain race gets a corresponding symbol tattooed on their face. Aliens instantly leave without purging anyone or saying a word. Chaos ensues. I just dipped my Doritos in my cup of shrimp instant noodles. This shit is freaking life-changing. Girl is super athletic, extremely popular, and top in the class. Guy she crushes on does nothing except play video games and watch anime. It's like they're not even trying. Watch a movie with the folks. Accidentally say based during one scene. Parents hear and ask me what it means. Panic slightly and say it's just a way of saying something is cool. Parents now regularly refer to things as based. Be me. Woman says I have a small D in a Twitter argument. Sue for defamation. She hires an attorney. She, a judge, and her attorney are mandated to view my D-pics and concede. It is indeed at least average, accounting for heterogeneity. Have summer job as a fisherman's assistant. Got the job thanks to my uncle who's old friends with a fisherman. Every morning we take his boat and place a few fishing nets. Every evening we take the fish that get caught in the nets. Do whatever he asks me to do. Do this for 3 weeks. Fisherman is 50-ish and tough as a rock. Never says a word except commands in regards of fishing. Fourth evening I try to pull a net full of fish. Slip and fall into the water, right on the net with the fish. Water isn't that cold and I just chill with the fish. Fisherman leans over railing, looks at me struggling in the net with a bunch of fish jumping around and says, "Looks like I've caught myself a merman, and an ugly one at that." Laugh and say, "I'm not a mere man, I am Poseidon, god of the sea." He smiles for the first time. "Then I've caught my own god. Help me and I grant you whatever you want." "How many wishes do I get?" "As many fishes in your net." "How many fishes are there then?" I dive and pretend to take a look and say, "As many as you had lovers." His mood changes and he stares at me sadly. "Just one then." "Then I wish I'd caught her in my net instead of you." My god. We are both silent for a moment and he pulls me up. I tell him I wish I could grant him his wish. Aye, she was a goddess. We get on with our work. He taught me a great deal. And that moment was when he opened up to me. One great man. Be me, junkie, sitting in a dark alley trying to end the bedbugs with meth smoke. See a couple walk by, well-dressed, clearly have money. Take what's yours, wave. Jump out of the alley and say, "Look, no one needs to get hurt, just give me your money, wallet, and purse." The guy says, "Oh, so you want to hold my wife down and force your pee-pee into her butt while I watch helplessly from across the street, huh?" Wait, what? He pulls his wife's pants down and runs across the street. She looks at me and licks her lips. My face went, "I just wanted some frickin' meth, you frickin' cucks." Oh yeah, I smell some gamer girl feet. Skitters towards your feet on all fours. "M'lady, please, I've been so good." Why am I IP banned from making threads but you aren't? Be me. With wife watching TV, our 5-year-old daughter runs up to me. "Look at what I drew, Dad." "Look at picture." "Man, you're a real autist." Meant to say artist. Wife and daughter thought I said artist. Thank God. Close call. Work in an hour. Year of our Lord, 1195. Summer is fresh in the air. God blessed us with a pregnant mare again. About to catch an afternoon nap until I see a glint in the corner of my eye. The Lord's entourage riding down the road in full armor. Must be here for the yearly piss levy. Act busy and bow before greeting him. "Hail, your ladyship. Thy cuirass hardly contains ye might." Why did I say that? His lordship's face turns red and looks away. "Oh frick, that tapestry." She smiles and mumbles, "I thank thee. I am boy modeth." Is this some Saracen curse? The next day, my ale rations get doubled in celebration of her male faileth. Confusion.stained glass. I celebrate anyway. I don't want to look a pregnant gift horse in the mouth. Die of plagues 2 weeks later. What in the did I just read? What was that? If girls really don't have PPs, then how do they aim their pee? Lust-provoking picture. Irrelevant, time-wasting question. A tube comes out of the hole that they can aim. Drip drop, drip drop. Sometimes I really question the human mind's imagination. I just pulled off the perfect crime. My dog died 2 days ago and my job won't put me on full time, so TLDR, I really wanted/needed beer, but I'm broke. Around here, they stopped selling any kind of alcohol at 11 p.m. My brother got fired from a corner store a few years back. I remember him telling me how easy it is to steal beer if you just walk out with it because the employees there are required to not chase you and just call the cops. 1:30 and I need beer. Put bathrobe and sunglasses in backpack. Bicycle to a spot near corner store. Park bike and drop bag. Put on robe/sunglasses and face mask and act like old ass man. Limp, hunch, cough, everything. Even though I'm 21, this actually worked. Also, they stopped selling any kind of alcohol at 11 p.m. around here. wearing sweatpants and my dad's boomer shoes. Luckily, there was 2 loud black girls waiting before me. Act like I'm looking for something to buy. The girls are at the register. It's go time. Grab my favorite beer and act like I'm dumb walking towards the register. It's too late to buy beer. I continue walking. I said it's too late. Keeps going. The cops are on their way, a-hole. Literally, I just keep walking at a casual pace and leave. Go to my bike and take off robe/sunglasses. Literally just got free beer by walking into a store and walking out with it because of a loophole I heard from former employee. Congratulate me. Wife about to leave for holiday trip to Jamaica. Almost finished downloading all my games I'll play when she's away. Working from home due to the co-off, aka gaming all day. Kino, I love her, but sometimes a man needs some manly time alone. You guys should be thankful you don't have to deal with a woman's shit 24/7. Holiday trip to Jamaica. Be me. 24, perpetually single, pretty bad at poker but love hanging out with the friend group. Friday night, classic poker game turns into a drinking marathon. Stakes start normal, small cash bets, loser takes a shot, blah blah. Then Jack, the group clown, gets bored and suggests something ridiculous. Biggest losers have to go to couples therapy together, no backing out. Everyone laughs, seems like a joke at first. Then Emily, the unofficial group leader, says, "No, for real, we're doing this." By the time I realize it's serious, I'm too drunk to back out. Final round, all or nothing. Me versus Sophia, 23, this quiet girl who's more of a +1 to the group. Neither of us can bluff to save our lives, but I'm worse. I lose by a mile. Sophie groans. Are we really doing this? Everyone cheers and starts hyping it up. No way we're getting out of it now. Week later, Emily texts us both the info. She booked a session at some budget therapist downtown. Realize I don't even know Sophia well, but now we're fake partners. Day of the session, show up early and see Sophia waiting outside. She's in jeans and a hoodie, arms crossed, already regretting her life choices. We awkwardly say hi and go in. Therapist is this middle-aged woman who looks way too eager to fix us. Try to explain it's a bet, but she just nods and says, "Sounds like avoidance behavior. Let's unpack that." Sophia sighs and just goes along with it, making up issues about me being too emotionally distant. Decide to play along too, complain about her leaving the lights on all the time. Therapist eats it up, gives us exercises to improve communication, barely holding our laughter until we're out the door. Decide to grab a drink after because why not? Sophia's surprisingly funny when she's not stuck in awkward silence. Start bonding over how absurd the whole thing is. Joke about what we'll say next time. Next session, we up the ante, inventing a fake backstory about how we met at a mutual friend's cat cafe. Tell stories about imaginary fights over what to name the cat we don't have. Therapist praises us for our vulnerability and says we're making great progress. Leave every session laughing so hard we cry. Start hanging out outside of therapy just for fun. Realize she's not just funny, but also crazy smart and low-key adorable. By the 4th session, it's less about the bet and more about an excuse to hang out. Friends are dying to know if we're actually becoming a couple. Final session, therapist declares us emotionally connected and says she's proud of us. As we leave, I'm about to make some dumb joke when Sophia blurts out, "What if we tried this for real?" Brain short circuits, barely manage to say, yeah, okay, I'd like that. My face when a stupid poker bet turned into the best relationship I've ever had. Be Chinaman in 2024. Born into one-child policy era. Fast forward 20 years, I'm 5'4". Average looking, average income, average everything except my D that is smaller than a cat's D. My face when. There's only one woman per 100 men. Said women only want Uber Chang. No chance to wife up anyone. There are not enough women and the few want the same 10 guys. Still expected to work 10 hours a day to keep society afloat. Still expected to support aging parents. No life, no family, no future. Stuck in a cycle of grinding for CCP. My face when I'm keeping this society alive for Chang children because I will never have kids of my own. My face when Reed's she-daughter is using my taxes to live in Mutmerica and F white men. She even lost her V-card to one. My face when I'll probably end my days alone and nobody will care. Slave mentality, it's in my DNA. No rebellion, no revolution, just keep swimming in the frustration. Minus 1,000 social credits for not paying enough taxes. Thanks, CCP. Just turned 18 some months ago. Graduated high school with a 2.1 GPA. Was severely anxious and depressed until recently and pretty much just coasted. Made some good money doing side gigs, but it's slowed down to hardly anything. Living alone this summer, paying bills with said money, down to my last $1,000. Been applying to jobs for the better half of a year. A few interviews out of hundreds of applications and have not been hired at all. Seriously considering if college is a good decision if I can't even afford a semester. Pressure from family to pursue a 4-year degree but no college fund, lol. Adults I know making very good money can hardly afford to live on their own themselves, either with a roommate or still with parents. Adults that can't afford to live by themselves work dangerous, soul-crushing jobs. What do I even do from here? Am I doomed to NEET forever? The prospect of pursuing a career I want, if any, is becoming more and more out of reach. All I want is to live with my partner and work a decent job, if any, that can pay the bills. One time I perpetrated a reality glitch on my girlfriend. Be in college. Walk girlfriend to bus stop that takes her to the building her classroom is in. It's a big college. She gets on bus. I start sprinting towards a bike I placed hours earlier at a bike rack. Look behind me as I ride away. Bus doesn't leave until about 30 seconds after I take off. Make it to the building, 1 mile from where I started. Quickly log bike up and go just inside the doorway of the building. See bus approaching. Walk outside. Just happen to run into girlfriend. Say, hey, what's up? She is visibly shaken and asks how I got here. I explained that I had to use the building's computer lab after class and was just leaving. She says she was just talking to me 3 minutes ago. I just roll my eyes, chuckle, and walk away. Later, I learned she had a panic attack and threw up in the bathroom. I haven't told her what really happened to this day. Bruh. Oi, hey non, fancy a shag innit, yeah? I'll let you fuck my brains out all night, but only if you let the world know you're my boyfriend. What would be your reply? What? Read low vitamin D causes cancer. Read you can get vitamin D from sun. Sun exposure causes cancer. Stress causes cancer and worrying about getting cancer increases risk of cancer. Sunblock full of carcinogens. Guess I'll die then. My face win. What did you think of Marvel Rivals? I think all hero shooters are medium games. What does that mean? It means they're not rare and they're not well done. I meet a girl. She hate me because I speak much about Atari Jaguar. I meet a girl. She hate me because I speak the importance of Virtual Boy in 32-bits generation. I meet a girl. She hate me because I speak the story of Donkey Kong Country Trilogy. I meet a girl. She hate me because I speak about the Sega Saturn and the integration of your hardware complexity. Shit, women are so boring. Like NPC. Honestly, you just sound pretty autistic. I've never had women hate me when I show them the roses I grow or the woodwork I do. Women like it when the interests of the guy they're talking to have to do with something more than just video games. You don't need a girlfriend. You need to beat every Zelda game in chronological order, across all 3 timelines with 95% or greater completion. Pepe is a god to me. The frog is a god. I care about this stupid frog more than anything in my life. I've been on 4Chan since 2005, and at first I resisted the frog when he appeared. That's right, I used to call frog posters tards, but then I tried it, and I realized that frog posting is the answer to everything. Pepe is the cure, and sometimes the truth hurts. Be me. My friend group consisted of a bunch of disgusting degens, including me. All we talked about is touching ourselves, football, gay jokes with each other, scratching our balls, and smelling our hands. We literally didn't care what people thought of us. Recently, we found out that a girl in our class has transitioned to male. Everyone was shocked, but I wasn't really bothered. One day, me and my friends are having lunch, having a conversation about the Packers' recent F-up against the 49ers. Suddenly, trans male walks by. His best friend was sick that day, so he was alone. My friend politely asks him if he wants to sit with us, and he sits down next to me. We go back to eating again like freaking pigs. We chew with our mouths open. We loudly belch after every sip of our soda. Trans male tries to have small talk with us, but it gets drenched out by our loud frickin' chewing. One of my obese friends suddenly yells, "Brace for impact!" He drops the most gut-wrenching, loudest brap I've ever heard in my entire frickin' life. Everyone except the trans male laughs like wild animals, and it reeks across the table, smelling like a rotting corpse. Trans male says nothing for the rest of the lunch and stares at us in complete horror. It's been almost a year since I graduated, and I still think about him to this day. Either we intrigued him or we scarred him for life. Anyways, welcome to the male club, ya wee lad. Roasty entitlement. Set up date with girl I met at the gym. She suggests we go to this expensive restaurant downtown. Just met her, so I assume we'll go half. Whatever. When we get there, she's talking about how chivalrous I've been. Opening her car door, pulling out her seat. Just laugh and nod. She says I've been raised right. Right off the bat, server comes around and she orders some insanely expensive alcoholic drink. $26. I just get a water, but she says to get this artisan lemonade shit, so she orders that too for $11. She starts ordering all the expensive stuff at this restaurant. 2 appetizers, most expensive entree on the menu. Meanwhile, just talking about lifting and work, she always has phone in hand and responds to texts immediately. She orders this expensive gold-flaked dessert and some espresso. I can tell the bill is easily $300 at this point. Before dessert came, I told her I needed to go to my car because I left a money clip under my seatbelt because I like to tip with cash only. She says okay. I get in my car and go home. She starts blowing up my phone with calls and texts. Block her number. When I opened Instagram, she sent me like 30 messages saying she had to pay and she was filing a police report for fraud. Block her there too. Cancel membership and switch gyms. Be me. 22. Always make fun of people who eat toothpaste. Call them knuckle-dragging mongoloids. Wake up one morning late for class. Don't have enough time to brush teeth, but don't want to have bad breath. No mouthwash. Brilliant idea.exe. Decide to take a bit of toothpaste on my finger and put it in my mouth, and swish it around to make improvised mouthwash. Works somewhat. Not enough saliva, so decide to swallow toothpaste. Toothpaste doesn't taste too bad. Get addicted to eating toothpaste occasionally for the taste. My face when I am now a toothpaste-eating tard I used to make fun of. Be me. 22. Gen Z guy. Used to be optimistic about dating, thought I'd find someone special. As time went on, I started to realize something strange. My face when every time I tried, I ran into the same problem. The girls I was interested in didn't seem interested in me at all. Thought maybe I wasn't good enough, so I tried to level up. Hit the gym, worked on my looks, started dressing better. Still, no matter how much I improved, the results didn't change. That feeling when the only guys who actually get attention are the top 1%, the chads. Guys who are insanely good-looking, rich, and have that natural confidence. Tried dating apps, hoping they'd give me more chances. Ended up swiping left on most girls because they only seemed to care about one thing: looks. Swiped right on a few, but got ghosted immediately. My face when I see girls chatting with the guys who have abs and fancy cars, while I'm left behind with no replies. Start talking to my friends about it. Turns out we're all in the same boat. That feeling when even the normal guys are getting ignored. They're kind, funny, have good jobs, but it's just not enough. The dating bar is so high now, you have to be a walking Instagram model or rich to even be considered. The whole dating scene feels messed up. Guys don't even bother anymore. You know, try and put yourself out there, but all you get is rejection. Girls only seem interested in the top tier guys, and the rest of us? We're stuck swiping through profiles, trying to get a match that never happens. Even chads don't care about dating anymore. They get so much attention, they don't need to try or settle down. They know that no matter where they go, there's a girl ready to give them attention. They're bored of it, and the rest of us feel invisible. At some point, I stopped trying. That feeling when I just gave up on the whole dating scene. Why bother if you know you're not going to get anywhere? The whole system is broken, with girls having unrealistic expectations and guys just tired of the chase. The market is inflated and nothing makes sense anymore. Girls have these insane standards, but they don't realize they're cutting themselves off from anyone who doesn't fit that perfect mold. Nobody's dating anymore because it feels like a competition nobody can win. We're stuck in a world where only a small percentage of guys even get a shot at anything real. The dating scene? Totally dead for most guys. You either have to be a top-tier guy or get extremely lucky. Even then, there's no guarantee. That feeling when the whole thing just feels pointless now. 6ing girlfriend. Start slowing down. She asks if something is wrong. Say yes. Get off her. Tell her I'm not attracted to her anymore. She's too thin. Tell her I love her and want her. But if she could put on some pounds? She agrees. Starts pigging out. Eating anything she wants. She packs on the pounds. I cheer her on, pretending to be more and more attracted to her. This goes on for like 4 months. She gained at least 60 pounds. She's getting stretch marks everywhere. I call them sexy marks. While she's out, packs up all my shit. Only leave her a note. Remember that guy who you got drunk and effed while we were dating? I do. Your body was fantastic and the best thing about you. Now that I've destroyed that, we're even. Don't ever contact me again, you fat frickin' skank. P.S. Stretch marks are frickin' disgusting. She's put on 20 pounds since then. Be me. Mad. Play Minecraft. Not mad anymore. Thanks, Minecraft. Walking down the street. See another person walking in the opposite direction. Oh frick. Should I look straight down or look them in the eyes? They're getting closer, finding it harder and harder to walk normally. Will they notice the way I walk? We pass each other. Phew! Holy shit, that was nerve-wracking. Male to female. Used to be super depressed and anxious. Moved in with boyfriend and be a stay-at-home wife. Fast forward a year. Wear a collar with tag at almost all times. Have my own bowl with my name on it I eat everything out of. Get belly rubs while laying on his lap while he watches videos. Get called a good girl and given scratches all the time. He feeds me, treats and praises me for doing things. Get taken on walkies every night. Barking is honestly a verbal tick at this point. Grind on his leg, whining and panting when I'm corny until he gives me the attention I need. Spend every night curled up on my master's lap while he pets my hair and looks at memes on his phone and I happily drift to sleep. I'm hardly a housewife at this point. I've been a pet for months now. Most of my friends just refer to me as a dog at this point and give me similar treatment. I know I should feel weird about it, but it's the happiest I've ever been in my life, and the further it goes, the more blissfully thoughtless I feel. Sometimes when I'm getting belly rubs, I genuinely forget how to understand words and just go off of the tone and just happily enjoy what I assume is praise. Why don't you let yourself finally be happy and feel loved all the time and take the pet pill, ain't on? Be me. 23, incel. Been on the internet for way too long. Reading about women, dating, and how to fix myself. That feeling when I have no luck with girls, never had a girlfriend, don't know what a date feels like. Get a message from some girl named Willow. She says she wants to get to know me. Actually just wants wow gold, but whatever. That feeling when intrigued but not expecting much. Maybe she's just like me. She actually is. Tells me she's an incel as well. Start talking to Willow more. She's surprisingly down to earth. We talk about how nobody wants us, how hard it is to meet people. She complains about how she's always overlooked by men, how she doesn't fit the perfect girl mold. She tells me she's given up on ever finding someone, just like me. That feeling when we bond over our shared loser status. She suggests we meet up. Maybe we can find something real. Sure, why not? I've got nothing to lose. Maybe this could be different. Meet up with Willow at a coffee shop. She's not exactly what I expected, but she's cute in a quirky way. We start talking about our lives, but quickly it gets awkward. She complains about her job, how she's constantly judged by her looks, how guys never take her seriously. That feeling when I feel like I'm hearing my own complaints echoing back at me. Start realizing that we're both just losers. That feeling when we're both sitting there complaining about how bad our lives are, how nobody likes us. She says she doesn't think men are worth it, and I say women just don't get me. We try to find something positive to talk about, but it feels forced. The more we talk, the more I realize we have nothing in common except being miserable. She complains about how she's not hot enough, and I complain about how I'm too unattractive. That feeling when we just keep one-upping each other with our loser status, like we're competing for who has it worse. By the end of the date, I can't even pretend I'm interested. She's not bad, but the whole thing just feels wrong. We're both too stuck in our self-pity to make anything work. She says we should try again sometime, but I know it's not going anywhere. My face when I just realized that being a loser doesn't magically make two people compatible. We're both stuck in our own toxic mindsets, and it's never going to work. That feeling when I finally understand that maybe I need to change things about myself before I even think about dating again. Be me. 30-something anon who's never gotten laid unless you count my lolly body pillow. Decide to go downtown for an anime convention. On subway, see a girl with bright pink hair. Immediately get a raging hard-on. Waddle over. Pull out attendee from my pocket. Care for attendee, m'lady? She looks weirded out, so I go in for the kiss real smooth like. She freaking kicks my balls. Sprints out of the train screaming, "Help!" Why do people treat us gamers like this? Walk into subway by myself. Forget I'm in real life. See white woman. Audibly say, "White woman spotted." Called my crush mom. Be me. At the dinner table with family, eating my hot dog too fast. Choke. Oops, looks like I just choked on a wiener. Whole family laughs. Dog laughs. Can hear neighbor laughing next door. Reporters show up to ask me about the joke. Tell them the story. One reporter is laughing so hard she has a seizure. Paramedics are laughing too hard to help. She dies. Newscast airs. Whole town is laughing so hard that people are passing out and dying. Military helicopters inbound. One crashes because the pilot is laughing too hard. Government deems the town to be some sort of bioweapon. Dumps nuclear payload. Whole town is obliterated, but the country is safe. My face when I'm a funny guy. Be me. 20. Stuck living at home after dropping out of college. Dad remarried last year to this woman named Claire, and she has an 18-year-old daughter, Leona. Leona moves in with us. She's cute but super aloof, always on her phone or in her room. Doesn't talk to me much unless she absolutely has to, which honestly just makes her more mysterious. At first, didn't think much of her, but after a few months, start noticing little things. She's got this cool, sarcastic sense of humor when she does talk. Starts working out in the living room sometimes. Can't help but watch from the corner of my eye. Brain starts doing the dumb thing, thinking, she's not technically my sister, right? One night, home alone with Leona, she's in the kitchen making tea. Figure it's the perfect chance to break the ice. Maybe see if she's into me. Walk in, lean casually against the counter, and say, you know, you're kinda cute for a stepsister. She looks up, completely caught off guard, and says, thanks? In the most awkward tone ever. Try to play it cool, make a dumb joke about how we're not real siblings, so it's not weird. Her face shifts immediately, goes from confused to outright disgusted. She just says, okay, I'm done here. Grabs her tea and leaves the room without another word. Next day, Dad calls me into the living room. Claire and Leona are sitting there, both looking pissed. Leona won't even look at me. Dad starts with, so, Leona told us something concerning. Immediately know I'm screwed, try to play dumb, but Claire's not having it. She says, she told us about your little comment last night. Care to explain yourself? Try to downplay it, say it was just a joke, didn't mean anything by it. Dad cuts me off, says, there's no excuse for making her uncomfortable in her own home. Claire starts talking about how hard it's been for Leona to adjust to a new family dynamic. They both look at me like I'm the biggest disappointment ever. Leona finally speaks up and says, I just want him to leave me alone. Her voice cracks a little, and I realize just how badly I messed up. Dad lays down the law. If anything like this happens again, you're out of this house. Claire agrees, says, this is your final warning. Leona avoids me completely after that. Won't even stay in the same room as me. She spends more time out of the house, and when she is home, she's locked in her room. Whole atmosphere in the house gets tense. Dad and Claire are clearly disappointed in me. Friends laugh when I tell them, say it's classic stepbro behavior, but it's not funny when you're living it. My face when I let a dumb crush ruin my entire family dynamic. My face when I'm probably never gonna live this down. Finally get a girlfriend. She's on my computer. Finds my Pepe folder. Anon, what are these? Those are for shitposting. You don't need these anymore now that you've got me. Deletes Pepe folder. What do? Fucking end her. Let's send this poor guy some Pepes to rebuild his collection, Anons. Be me. Work as a technician at a company where I renovate flats. Be in one of those flats today. Need to take a shit badly. Use the toilet in the flat. There is no toilet paper. Guess I'll have to clean my ass with water. Water is disabled. Fuck.png. What do? Sneak out to another flat with pants down where I left my apple juice. Wash my ass with it. Happiness.gif. Still need to flush the toilet though because I have an appointment in that flat 10 minutes later. Go to all other flats where I have access and collect the little water left in the pipes with my bottle. Finally flush the toilet. That face when I didn't go to the cafe next door to shit. I have $328,000 in credit card debt. What should I do about it? Can you pump your debt up further? Get it large enough? And it's no longer a you problem, but a them problem. Be me. Have sex with girl. Get beat job. Felt alright. Give girl sip of my water bottle. Next day I'm with my dad. Dad is thirsty, so give him some water. Bottle was never washed. My face when my dad gave me a B job. Later virgins? Make post. No one responds. Get on another device. Respond to my own post. Do it again. Who else is devilish here? Buy GTA 5. Buy assault rifle and armor. Start shooting. Aim.exe has stopped working. Get dommed by a security guard. WTF, this is bullshit. Never get to play GTA 5. Tard stories? Tard stories. Be me. Work in a primary school in local town. School has this concept of integration classes. Basically a class with 50-50 split between tards and normal kids. Luckily, I'm not assigned to a tard class. One day, I have to get downstairs to the administration because I forgot a form. Walk past the tard class with a fat kid outside. He has a piece of paper and holds as many pencils as he can in one hand. Just goes left and right on the paper. Then shakes his head and sighs. Can't resist the urge to ask. Ask him what he's doing. He explains that their printer at home does it like that too. And the pictures there always turn out very beautiful. Tell him to keep trying. He'll figure it out eventually. Match with girl on Tinder. Surprised that talking to her isn't a slog. Have a ton in common and hit it off. Constantly hearts all my messages and replies with long thought out texts. exchange social media, and keep talking as usual. Yesterday, in the middle of a convo, she just doesn't bother replying. Still no reply. I'd give her the benefit of the doubt, but I've been ghosted enough times to tell that this isn't gonna go anywhere. But this time I genuinely thought I was forming some sort of connection with this girl, even if it were just for friendship. It's all so tiresome. I just want to meet people for frick's sake. Anyways, tell me funny dating app stories so I don't off myself. Also, Happy New Year's Eve. I'll be drinking alone. Be me, 20-year-old student, doing little computer repairs for money. Get call from friend working at warehouse. Anon, there's this huge pile of laptops that has to be thrown away. I asked my boss if I could take them and he said yes. They seem pretty recent, come and see them. Maybe you can earn some money off it. See pictures. Lots of ThinkPad T440s. Why not .jpeg? Go to friend. Inspect laptops. Most of them have problems, but some work fine. Load them on car, head back home. A-hole jumps a red light and T-bones the back of my car. Police comes, sees dashcam footage and says this a-hole was in fault. Submit insurance compensation. Malicious idea.gif. Put all 50 laptops into compensation. My face when I received $30,000 in compensation for mostly broken laptops. Finally get a girl to go out with me. Really excited because she's the first. And I'm 28 years old, lol. We get dinner and then drinks. Has me pay for everything. Don't care because I'm happy and paying made me feel kind of cool. Go out with her again. Dinner and then took her to see live music. Again pay for her. Eventually try to kiss her at the end of the night, but she shoots me down. Says she's not ready for that. Okay.jpg. She still wants to go out with me. Realize I'm being strung along like an ass following a dangling carrot. And she's probably just using me. Have any of you ever been used like this by women for free drinks and meals? It's pretty demoralizing. And I don't know if it's because it's the first girl I ever went out with, which makes it feel worse, or I'm just a loser. But I'm kind of in the dumps right now, feeling really stupid. Be looking for programmer job. Finally get a call back after spamming 400 resumes to every company within 300 miles. It's a typical phone screen, asking to clarify some stuff on my resume and asking about my portfolio. Ask if he's looked at my portfolio since my last 3 projects are listed on my resume and links to my GitHub take up half the page. Here typing. Silence. Well, Anon, it's been great talking to you. I still have a few more candidates to call up before we proceed to the next round of interviews, and we'll call you if we need you. Ask if there's something wrong. I guess I caught him off guard, so he answered that my cartoon girl avatar wasn't really professional. What do you mean girl avatar? My avatar is male. What kind of male has pink hair and bows in her hair? Do you have a problem with a guy dressing up like a girl? Alright, this is getting ridiculous. Hangs up. I'm not even mad. Be me, 27. Had been on dating apps for what felt like forever. Met so many women who didn't even come close to what I was looking for. Some were crazy, some were way too needy, some just wanted free dinners. Had given up on the idea of finding someone who actually felt right. One night, a friend drags me out to a bar, says I need to get out of my head. Reluctantly agree, figuring it's just another night of mediocre small talk. Walk in, look around, and then I see her. Her name's Mia, and everything about her seems like it's out of a dream. Perfect balance of confidence, kindness, and intelligence, but not intimidating. We start talking and it's like everything clicks instantly. She makes jokes and I can't help but laugh. She's witty but not overbearing. We talk about random things, movies, music, life goals. She's a strong woman but without the attitude that so many other women seem to have. She listens when I speak, actually pays attention, and remembers little details from earlier. End up spending the whole night talking, barely noticing the time pass. When we finally part ways, she gives me a hug and says, "Let's do this again sometime." That's it. No awkwardness, no weird energy, just a genuine vibe. Text her the next day, asking her out again. She says yes without hesitation. We go on a few more dates, and I start seeing more of her true personality. She's not perfect, has her flaws, but they're endearing. She's thoughtful, caring, and doesn't try to change who I am. She respects my space, my opinions, and never pressures me to be someone I'm not. It feels like I've finally met someone who gets it, who matches my energy. Months go by and I'm still amazed by how easy everything feels with her. She doesn't play games, she communicates clearly, and she's actually reliable. One day I realized I've fallen for her, completely and unexpectedly. It's like the universe threw all the chaos into my life just so I could find this one perfect woman. My face when I spent years thinking the perfect woman didn't exist. Turns out I was just waiting for Mia. Then one night, after a long day of work, I get home and see something weird. The apartment feels off, like something is out of place. I can't quite put my finger on it, but I can't shake the feeling. As I walk to the living room, my eyes are immediately drawn to the lamp in the corner. It's this old, ugly lamp I barely notice, but tonight it's all I can focus on. Start feeling a strange sensation creeping up on me. The more I look at the lamp, the more I can't look away. I try to move to distract myself, but my eyes just keep going back to it. The light flickers in a way that almost seems unnatural. It's like the shadows in the room grow longer, closer, as if they're reaching for me. My heart races, and suddenly the lamp feels alive. I try to shake it off, but it's as if the lamp is pulling me in, controlling me. Every time I think I'm free, my eyes return to it, locked in place. The light starts to pulse in rhythm with my heartbeat. I try to scream, to run, but my body won't obey. And just like that, the light goes out.